Welcome, WrestlingFix.com. Tim Ash here with none other than Brodus Clay. Brodus, how you doing?
Terrific. Happy to be here.
Man, there was a long line to come see you and Layla today, wasn't there?
It was amazing. It was surprising with all the real superheroes here and stuff. The fact that people decided to come down and see little old me from Planet Funk. So yeah, it was real cool.
Well, being from Planet Funk, I mean, this you'll fit right in here, right?
Yeah. There's all kinds of like I said, superheroes, mutants, scientific experiments. I think I'm a little bit of both. So yeah, I fit in. It was real comfortable here. A lot of green and color and costumes and dancing. So yeah, I'm ready at home.
Well, being here at Comic-Con, this is your first one. Did you collect any comic books growing up or anything like that?
Yeah, I collected just about everything. Comic books, action figures, loads and loads of action figures. I have boxes of stuff at home. He-Man, G.I. Joe, Star Wars, Transformers, and Voltron, Incredible Hulk, Godzilla, you name it, I had it. And comic books, I was huge in Incredible Hulk and Venom. Those are my two favorites.
So a little bit of that is here. So you kind of feel like you're at home here with all that.
Yeah, I'm literally a kid in a candy store. Like I can't wait just to go buck wild and grab as much stuff as I can. I actually came here with an empty suitcase, and I plan on going home with it full. Yeah, 100%.
Well, you were talking about action figures. Did you collect any wrestling figures back in the day as well?
Yeah, I had the original rubber ones that you couldn't really do much with. They were all like this. The ones that were posed for fighting were awesome. But then some of my favorite guys, they were like this, right, and like this, and you really couldn't do much with them. But but I still had them.
But they did have some spring. If you just dropped them, they could jump pretty good.
They could come back up a little bit. What I used to do, I used to cross promote. I would use the wrestling ring, and the best guys for wrestling were actually G.I. Joe and the Marvel guys, because they're fully posable. And every once in a while, but He-Man were a little bigger or whatever. So I had weight divisions with different types of toys. So I a lot of cross promotion.
It's kind of cool to figure out how people used to use their rings and their figures and stuff like that. So that's a pretty cool idea. Speaking of figures, you've got a couple figures, and first one was your basic figure right here, which pretty much everybody picked up. But what you just saw today was the brand new Elite.
Yes.
What do you think about that?
I don't even know what. I'm just speechless. As you're like, oh, maybe one day, I'll get an action figure, right, and then they're telling you got two action figures, and that's just crazy. And then one is like, if you look at them, one's like, I'm in a bad mood, Brodus, like smirking, and then this one, I got my big cheesy smile. So it's like it's two separate versions of me. So it's very, very cool. I'm very excited about it.
Well, this figure is going to be an Elite series, and for the fans that have not seen this one yet, it's actually going to have the stripes down the side. It's going to come with the hat and also the chain, but it also has all your decor on it. It's got the Funkasaurus tat on the back, the stamp on the back, which is pretty cool. So, I mean, being in the Elite series, it's a very cool figure. What do you think overall of how it turned out? What's your opinion of it?
I mean, I'm basically looking at a mirror of me. Like, you got the intricacies are like when you play with action figures, you always look to see is it right? They got my fingers taped, shoes, the laces, the exact boot, the style, the tattoos are, I mean, ridiculously spot on. The hat even has the goofy crease I have in it. So I mean, they really went above and beyond. Like, when you look, you won't say, oh, this is fake, or this one's okay. I mean, this is,
mini me.
It's me. I mean, it's scary. You know what I mean? It's just scary. Like the work. I mean, even the shade of white on my singlet is 100% on the tape. So I don't tape. I mean, it's just on. Like, they got the tattoo. I mean, the tattoo is unbelievable. Just unbelievable how this thing went down. I mean, this is awesome. It is definitely. And just to hear myself in an Elite category is crazy. Yeah. I still have to pinch myself a little bit. So this is just an awesome honor.
Well, you've been compared to a mixture of a couple of different legends from the past. A modern day Godfather with a mixture of Dusty Rhodes. Is that how you see yourself out there?
I think yes and no. Dusty Rhodes a huge influence. The Godfather, a little bit. There's a little bit of Ernest the Cat Miller in there. There's a little bit of Slick in there. Okay. There's a little bit,
Jasso bro.
Yeah, you're always talking to your friends. You're Jasso bro. You never get nothing in the end. I don't know that one.
Oh, no.
But yeah, there's a little bit. Like I said, I watched a lot, and some of my favorite. They just kind of grow on you, little bits and pieces here. The American Dream was a huge mentor in terms of like training and stuff, and I spent a lot of time with him, just trying to like bring out who my personality was and who I am, and he always saw that in me. So like I said, I don't try to mimic anybody. I try to have my own style, right. which is difficult because everything's kind of processed and recycled. But I definitely feel like I bring enough of what used to be with something different, which is me. I don't think there's ever been a guy my size. You know, Akeem, the Dream, he did his thing for a little while, but that was more, I don't think he didn't look ever comfortable doing that. You know what I mean? That was just kind of silly, where I don't feel like my character is silly. I think he's entertaining. People get involved, they want to dance, they want to get fired up, and then the bell rings and we go to work. So there's a lot of influences, but I think with anything, you have to take from here and there to make it yours and something that the fans can relate to.
Well, like you said, there's not a lot of big men your size that used to fly around the ring and can move like you. I mean, that's an accomplishment, because WWE always had that brand of they want this big muscular kind of guy, and you come in and you can flow with the best of them out there.
Well, I had an athletic background. I played football. I played basketball. I train a lot. I work hard. I'm down in John Cena's Hard Knocks South 2 days a week. When I'm out on the road, I'm there. So I'm always trying to get better, always trying to keep my size at the same time, slim down. So it's a lot of hard work. You never stop trying to improve. That's the one thing in this business that people sometimes they don't realize how hard the stars have to work to maintain and to stay here. Like, you getting here is one thing. Moving up the car is another. Staying at getting, my goal is I want to be at the top, right? And I'm, there's that ladder, but there's never that moment where you can go, oh, I made it, because as soon as you said that, there's 10,000 other guys that's trying to take your spot. So it's a lot of work that goes into trying to be here, and you always want to get better. And I pride myself in being able to move around and have good footwork, and that's where the dancing comes in. I took a lot of dance classes when I was younger, when I was playing football, because they told me it was good for footwork. Right. And ironically, it is in fact good for footwork. So don't feel bad if mom and dad make you want to play, if you're playing football or basketball and someone tells you to take a ballet class or a tap class or jazz or whatever, La Bamba, whatever it is, it's great for your footwork. And there's pretty girls that are usually teaching you, so it works out.
So tell me, you talked a little bit about Dusty Rhodes being your mentor. Who else growing up did you have in mind as like, okay, I want to be like that guy one day? Who was your fan favorite when you were growing up?
King Haku was a huge influence and still is. And like I said before, like I had the Dusty in terms of entertainment, but in the ring, my in-ring style, when the strikes and stuff, and even taping my fingers as a tribute, I like that in-your-face style. And Haku was, he was the business. When him and Andre the Giant were together as a Colossal Connection, that was my favorite tag team. And their WrestleMania match against Demolition, Andre's back had gone out and he could barely move, and Haku went at those guys for over 15 minutes pretty much by himself, and nobody questioned it because of who he was. So he was a huge influence. I always wanted to be a part of the Heenan family. Wasn't a big Hogan fan. Like Mr. Wonderful, Big John Studd, Hercules Hernandez.
Think about you and Bundy together. That would be a hell of a tag team, right?
Yeah, I'd take Bundy in a minute. And the good thing about that is like he would be the angry one, and I get to be like the Tully Blanchard of the group. You know what I mean? So that'd be pretty cool. Like, yeah, I wanted to be a Heenan member real bad. I used to get upset all the time when Hogan would beat those guys up. It's not fair. I'd throw fits, get grounded a lot. I can think of one, especially with him and Orndorff in the steel cage when both guys' feet hit the ground, and I was 100% sure that it was Mr. Wonderful, to the point where I was crying.
Still real to me, damn it. Right?
Yeah, mom came downstairs and said, "That's it, no more." Turned the TV off, and then I said, "What are you crazy?" And you don't tell your mom, "What are you crazy?" I was a part of who I was, and the best thing about wrestling for me growing up was that every week the heroes came back. Didn't matter what the situation was, they always came back. They fought back, whether it be injuries or even the bad guys have changed their heart. So it was a lot of good things I took away from wrestling besides just the physicality of it, and that's important to me today. Like when the kids see them having a good time, and that and then I even get in the ring and they dance with me, and that's shades of JYD.
Yeah, exactly.
So there's a lot of different aspects to who I am. I like to think when I'm in the ring, I want to be like Haku was, that aggressive, in-your-face power moves, a little bit of Taz. I always liked his suplexes. Always thought they were, and I mimicked that for a while. They were calling me the Big Sexy Suplex Machine. Now I'm the Funkasaurus. So I've had some really crazy nicknames, but I enjoy it, and it's a lot. Like I said, I'm having the time of my life. I'm still sometimes have to pinch myself. Like I'm here. It was a goal. I had to work really hard and overcome a lot of obstacles to get here. Right. So I'm really enjoying being here, though.
Well, last 2 questions, because I know you got a lot of other people to see out here. If you had a chance to be in a 2-pack with any legend, besides Haku, of course, who would you be in there with?
Oh, that's easy. The American Dream.
Okay. Good.
The American Dream, yeah. And he's got to be in his polka dots.
He's got to be in polka dots?
He's got to be in his polka dots. And I would get a polka dot tracksuit to make this happen.
That would be good.
So, yeah, okay. 100%.
That's a good choice. All right, and my last question is, where do we see you here in the near future? Are you going to take on Intercontinental Champion, or are you going straight for the heavyweight?
Like I said, I'll take it as it comes to me. I think that's the best thing. Right now, I got to get this wheel up back to 100%. I got unfinished business with Mr. Big Show. Yeah. So, and who knows where that goes? He's got money in the bank. He could be champion.
Could be.
What are we going to do?
WrestleMania 29?
Yeah, whatever's clever. It's whatever they want it to be. But like I said, United States Championship, Intercontinental Championship, tag team. Maybe me and Layla will tag up, be the first cross-gendered tag team champions. Who knows? But I'm just going to be focused, ready, and prepared.
Well, I appreciate your time, and thanks for coming out and seeing us at Comic-Con. Thanks for seeing the fans.
So much.
And we'll look forward to seeing more figures in the future.
I mean, that's just – and you do know that. Look at that.
And we'll be back with more Comic-Con 2012.